Black and Right is sponsored by the family and in memory of Ruth Steinau, a true American patriot.
If you remember, during Black History Month, Attorney General Eric Holder said,
"To get to the heart of this country, one must examine its racial soul. Though this nation has proudly thought of itself as an ethnic melting pot, in things racial, we have always been, and we, I believe, continue to be, in too many ways, essentially a nation of cowards."
America has always been uneasy with the whole race thing because that's the way liberals like it. If someone makes what is perceived to be a racist comment, the left will have you run out of town, that is, unless they do it. As in the case of Supreme Court nominee Sonia Sotomayor, it's okay for her to say that a Latina would make better decisions on the bench than a white male because of her life experiences. Forget about the fact she'd probably be excused from a jury pool for making a statement like that. But when minorities say racist things, the left always has an excuse followed by warnings if you don't let it go. Just ask White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs how that works.
I think it is probably important for anybody involved in this debate to be exceedingly careful with the way in which they've decided to describe different aspects of this impending confirmation.
So it's no wonder that America is a nation of cowards when it comes to the topic of race, because thanks to liberal double standards, minorities can get away with anything if you scream racism. I mentioned Eric Holder, Mr. Nation of Cowards, because his Justice Department has showed us all how this works. Last Friday, the Justice Department dropped charges against 3 members of the new Black Panther Party who were not only accused, but were also seen on videotape standing in front of a Philadelphia polling place last November 4th, armed with billy clubs in an apparent attempt to intimidate white voters who may not wish to vote for Barack Obama. Bartle Bull, who worked as a civil rights lawyer in the South during the 60s and was a former campaign manager for Robert Kennedy, overheard one of the Panthers tell the white poll observers, "You are about to be ruled by the black man, cracker." So while Minister King Samir Shabazz, Malik Zulu Shabazz, and Jerry Jackson were charged in a civil complaint in the final days of the Bush administration, the Obama administration won the case last month but moved to dismiss the charges on May 15th. So, voter intimidation is now legal. And speaking of voting, thanks to the United States Justice Department, you don't need to prove you're eligible to vote in Georgia. On Monday, the Justice Department rejected their use of Social Security numbers and driver's license info to confirm if you're a citizen or not. According to the AP, in a letter released on Monday, the Justice Department said the state's voter verification program is frequently inaccurate and has a discriminatory effect on minority voters. So in other words, we poll black folk may need IDs and Social Security cards to get bank accounts or jobs and to enroll our kids in school, but it's racist to ask us to show them before voting. If America is a nation of cowards, we need to thank the left that's given us an affirmative action president that's destroying America as we know it, and now for making it legal to intimidate people who may want to vote against him, and for illegal aliens to nullify the vote of citizens. Special thanks to Attorney General Eric Holder for officially putting the just us into the Justice Department. Hope and change. This is Bob Parks, Black and Right, and you can find my columns, videos, and radio rants online. I'll be back here next week at the same time on 97.3 FM WJDF.